We started going together in 1939, and we went steady for 6 years, and of course I had to go in the war, but I did have help. And we've been married 71, so you total them up, and we've been together 77 years. And I still like her.
It's a picture Chuck and Bev Franzke look back on, the beginning of what continues nearly 8 decades later.
Well, once she saw me, it was all over.
His sense of humor never missing a beat.
This is our new clothes dryer. I bought that for the wife for Christmas, so here it goes.
Whether it's something old or something new, never a dull moment.
Anything you want to hang, there you are.
First impressions of Chuck, if you can remember, what'd you like about him?
I asked her out one night and kind of liked her, and then my sister told her that I liked her, you know, how sisters are.
Our date was he would walk down to the house, pick me up, and we would have popcorn at the movies. Then after the movies, we would go to the Cobblestone Hotel, which is still out there in East Troy. We would go to the restaurant and have a hamburger and a malt, and then he would walk me home.
I just decided pretty much right then and there that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with her.
Something else Chuck knew, he wanted to fight for his country in World War II.
Two of my buddies and I were shooting pool one day, and we saw one of the Navy pilots come back to East Troy with his white uniform on and said, "Whoa, is that a beaut?" So we decided to go in and join the Navy Air Corps.
He owns a replica of his airplane and remembers everything about it.
This is a TBM torpedo bomber. It was made by General Motors. It carried 50 caliber guns in the wings, and it carried 4 rockets underneath each wing. It had about 50 caliber out of the turret and a 30 caliber out of the back. Pretty well armed, and I love it. It was a great airplane. I flew it off the carrier, the Saginaw Bay. I was very fortunate. I was not sent out until quite near the end of the war, and what we were doing is keeping the shipping lanes open, and it was an easier task than some of the boys had.
And to this day, it's hard knowing some soldiers didn't get to return home.
Well, the real heroes are the guys that died, and the other heroes are the ones that came home with a leg off, arm off, mental problems and so on. They're the real heroes of the war. I can stand it if somebody says I'm a hero, that's fine.
Chuck and Bev wrote letters back and forth. She moved to Waukesha to become a teacher.
Chuck got leave and asked me to marry him, but I had to go to the principal to ask permission.
The two married a short time later. After Chuck completed his service, the couple eventually settling into this home, where they raise their 2 children and occasionally get to spend time with their 4 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. But some things haven't changed.
We bought this stove about 3 years after we were married, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it's been moved twice. It's a Frigidaire, and it was a deluxe model when we bought it.
Over the years, the Franzkes have become very involved with Stars and Stripes Honor Flight, an organization that offers veterans and their caregivers a trip to Washington, D.C. to visit the memorials.
We can't all be heroes. Some of us get to stand on the curb and clap as they go by. Thank a veteran. It's great. I mean, I went 6 years ago, and walking through that memorial, I really had tears in my eyes. It's so fabulous, and the people were so nice and generous, and treated us so well, and we figured, 70 years, and we finally got a memorial, and it was great.
At the end of the trip, a hero's welcome inside Mitchell International Airport.
This is Chuck Franzke, and this is Beverly Franzke.
Signs from that night, still in their basement, a shrine to service.
We worked together.
I go with him for honor flight wherever he needs to go.
Still just a couple of kids, Chuck, 93, and Bev, 92. They stay busy, hand in hand, the best way to go through life. Up until last year, Chuck enjoyed tubing.
It's a way of bouncing around, hanging on. You know, my biggest problem is that my age, I still think I'm 22, and I'm not. You hold on for so long, and the old arms just can't handle much more.
Being around Bev is a thrill each day.
I always tell everybody, all the young folks, that love gets you to the altar, trust and respect gets you through the next 77 years. And that's true, right? Because I trust and respect her, and I'm sure she does me too.
I keep thinking sometime, oh, what would it be like if he weren't here? And I'm sure he probably does the same with me. We'd kind of be lost because this is our life, you know.
Thoughts that weigh heavy on both of them. That's why every night is the same.
Chuck sleeps here and I sleep there, and we hold hands right across there and before we go to bed at night.
He has this little speech that he does every night when we're holding hands and saying, you know, God willing, that we'll both be alive the next day.
Living life to the fullest, a love for each other. In this World War II veteran's love for his country.